Oh yeah, in the last video I wanted to make, and I guess say again, these words are from Yeshua, not me. And he said, and I quote, since everybody wants to say, oh, Jesus went to church, Jesus went to church. You want to know the truth about that? I did go to church. I actually did. One time, the whole time I was on earth. One time. And when I went there, before I snapped out and destroyed stuff and flipped over tables and had to call the Pharisees and his scribes a bunch of no good, money hungry sons of bitches, basically. I didn't come here to this earth to be teaching these lessons for y'all to be selling the Father's wisdom for money. I didn't come here for that. Came here to teach people how to reunite with each other in the love of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit kind of stuff. Y'all kept saying y'all wanted somebody to come back and teach y'all how to get closer to God again, so that's why I came back. Me, Buddha, Confucius, Noble Jew Allah, Mohammed, and Moses. Or Joseph, Matthew, all them types. Anyway, he said, and I quote, when I was on earth and I was walking around the city of, what was it? It was in Egypt. I can't remember the exact city, but he said, and I quote, I went to one of the religious buildings or the synagogues and all that, and apparently when he went in there, because Jesus had came back 11 times to reteach the same thing over and over and over before he got murdered, and the Pharisees and the scribes and the priests had found his teachings and kept changing them. So when he finally decided to go into church or the temple or whatever you want to call it, he sat there, didn't make himself known to nobody, but then they pointed him out, like, oh, hey, Jesus is here, Jesus is here. Oh yeah, this is the one we've been teaching about. This is the one, this is the Messiah, this is the one we've been teaching about. And he's like, oh, wait a minute now, hold on, no. Keep teaching. Don't worry about me being here. Keep teaching. And they're like, oh, all right, Jesus, all right, well, cool. So then they're in there talking about, you know, if you want to get forgiven for your human sin, you got to tithe to the church and give money and your time and offer up your finest sacrifices to the church and all this stuff in the name of God, and give up all your finest linen and jewelry in the name of God and all this stuff. Just pretty much telling people if they want God to forgive them, they have to give up all their nice worldly possessions and all that. And Jesus sat there for a long time and listened to this stuff. And he's like, ain't none of that right, ain't none of that true, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But he got up and he's like, first of all, I like to say that is not true. The Father does not want your material stuff. He really don't care for it. He put you on this earth to enjoy that. He don't want none of it. What he wants is for y'all to learn how to love each other, get along with each other, and care about each other, regardless or irregardless of if you're gay, if you're in the LGBTQAI community, because that stuff was going on back then, if you do drugs, if you're a gang member, if you're a prostitute, if you're a pimp, if you're whatever, if you're a saint or a sinner, whatever, black or white, whatever. The Father wants you to get along with each other and learn to stop hating each other because of what you think you know or what you know, or your differences in your humanity. He wants y'all to stop doing that because he didn't create y'all to be different. Yes, y'all have different traits and characteristics, but he gave y'all those to help y'all become one with each other and learn how to break them barriers so y'all can get along with each other and help build up society, not tear it down. Pharisees and the scribes saying that's not true, that's a lie, that's not true, that's not really Jesus, he's a liar, he's a worker of the devil, he speaks the tongues of the devil, he's the Antichrist. He's not who he says he is. He's a liar. And Jesus is like, how do you go from calling me the Messiah to calling me the devil? Explain yourself. Well, you were saying one day that it's okay for us to give up what we own to the church. You were saying it's cool for that to happen. Now you're saying it's not. And he's like, I never told you that. That's what y'all was teaching. Y'all's a bunch of damn liars. I never said it. That's what y'all wrote. Not me. That's what y'all wrote. Stop lying to people. And from there, he flipped over the table. He said, get this shit out of here. Y'all say that y'all want to have a church on earth to bring people closer to God. Does the Father mind the church existing? He does not. But what he don't like is the lies and the bullshit y'all are teaching down here, because that's not what he wrote. That is not what he said, and that is not what he's about. And Jesus is just like, how dare you use the Father's name and his image to sell your bullshit? How dare you? And please be happy the Father is forgiving and he's not willing to send you to hell for your transgression, because he could if he wanted to. Now take all this shit down, or I will tear it all the fuck down. I'm not playing. Because this is not what God wanted. If y'all going to have a church, fine. If y'all want to bring people closer to the Father, that's cool. But the fact that you're doing it like this is not what he wanted. That's not what he wanted at all. Period. And people in the synagogue don't know who to believe. Like, should we believe Jesus? Should we believe the Pharisees? Should we believe Jesus? Should we believe the Pharisees? They don't know who to believe. They're torn in them, like they're torn between two truths and don't know which one's right. Little do they know, every time Jesus spoke, the sun shone. Every time the Pharisees spoke, the sun got dim. How you know what the difference is? When the sun shines, that means the truth is being told. When somebody lies, the sun gets dim, or the clouds go over, which means if the sun shines, that means God's like, true? Or as the one rapper would say, true, you know what I mean? Or if the sun gets dim or hides itself, that means God either sees something he don't like or something's a lie. So if you ever talk to someone in the sunshine, they're telling the truth. If you ever talk to someone and the sun goes dim, they're bullshitting. That's a little teaching right there. Or trust me, the weather will let you know somebody's lying. Big time. That's just one lesson. Anyway, and one of the biggest teachings of Jesus is not quote. As people always ask the question, well, if Jesus knew I was going to do this or he knew I was going to do that, why he had to come down here and try to, give up his life and all that? His words are, the point of me, coming to earth wasn't that I already knew what y'all was going to do. The point is to learn from you to gain a relationship with you. That's the point. You may know the sinner's path by heart, but until you actually walk it, you don't know the experience. Because he may have foreknew how sin is done, but he wanted to live it out so he could understand it himself and really feel it. Because being half God, he can just know it, but he chose to actually feel it. Like, hang with the drug addicts, hang with the pimps, hang with the prostitutes, hang with the homosexuals, hang with them, hang with all of them. Just see why they do what they do and sit there and learn, not just, I already know. They build a relationship with him because he cared about him that much. He's not going to just, you're gay, go to hell, you're a homo, you're a pedophile, you're all that. You're a gang member, you're a prostitute, you're a pimp, go to hell. No, that's not what he did. What he did was sat with them and talked with them and learn from them and see why they do that. And he said, I forgive you, I understand things happen. Let's just work on bettering you. Not judging you, just work on bettering you. So, yeah. All right, peace.